I refuse to. I gotta wipe this board off. I got one joke that's so dirty. I just came over this like in the past 20 seconds. This is the joke. The joke is Donald Trump subcontracted the FBI head to India. You know how like everyone sent the call centers to India? You get that fucking Pash Patel. He's like an Indian call center guy. I thought it was whatever. Where did that joke come from? If I'm not on an FBI watch list, someone's not doing their job right. He fucking gave it to the Indians. You know, the Indians don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just like, hello, welcome to India. Or whatever. That's a good joke though. Because I was thinking about the movie Seven, and the movie Seven has the bad guy in Seven is like half a good guy. I don't know if he's a good guy, but he's like one of those sympathetic bad guys. He's like, oh, in a world this fucked up, would you be like, that's an innocent person? And then that went to the Indian guy, because I was like, if I'm not on a fucking watch list, and I was like, Kash Patel, he's like Indian, he's like a call center guy, and like, you know, he subcontracted that shit out to India. Because I was thinking of Seven. And then I was thinking of the song, I Want to Fuck You Like an Animal, which is by Nine Inch Nails. Let me just continue erasing this thing off real quick. What was before that? What is this about? Oh, I don't even remember. I got distracted again. It was about cows. And here's the big joke. The joke that I came out here to do is this one. Oh my God, this is taking so long. I gotta get some of this alcohol. See, here's the thing. This thing costs like it costs $20 to get 2 of these. You have to cut them in half at Home Depot. But it's not as good as a whiteboard. But you got to use alcohol too. And alcohol, it's the only alcohol I have. What is it? 70% ISO. I gotta use that eventually. What is this joke about? The joke is. Let me sip some Dr. Thunder real quick. Yeah, I like Dr. Thunder. What's that? That's water. That's water. 2 waters in the Dr. Thunder. I lost my water. So I made another water. She has cups, so I made more water. That's pretty wasteful. I lost my water cup, and I went and made another water cup. That's the cool thing about water, I guess, is that you don't have to worry about, like, you know, if I made Dr. Thunder and I left it out here and then I made another Dr. Thunder, that's a waste of money. But if you make water and then you lose your water and you go make another water, it's not as big of a deal. So what is this about? Love and hate. Love versus hate. So what is this about? Love and hate. So let's say you're working at a cattle farm and the cattle kicked you and they gave you a big fucking bruise on your leg, or it kicked you in your face or something. You wouldn't hate the cattle. You'd be like, God, man, I shouldn't have gotten kicked by the cattle. You know, you'd have imagine like a bruise the size of like a basketball or something. The elites look at you people like cattle. They do not love or hate you. They are indifferent to you. They feel nothing towards you. So the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of hate is not love. The opposite is indifference. So like you work at a cattle place. Cattle. I should have looked this word up. They have like these little things. They little channels, and the channels go into, and the cows can't see each other, and they can't see what's going on ahead, and eventually they just cut their heads off and turn them into meat. You know. So, but you know that's how the elites work. They're the cattle barons. They're the people who know how the world really works. They don't love or hate you. They have indifference to you, which is, you know, it's kind of cool actually. It's an interesting way of looking at it. It's a cool trick. You can sort of understand a lot of the things that go on in the world. If you want to understand things like, take for example, there was the old Republican idea, did it myself. You know, because technically they aren't doing it with people. They often have dogs under them. They have dogs. All the people under them are just dogs. They're not really people anymore, which is kind of cool. It's a cool little mental trick. You got to learn some of these mental tricks if you're going to make it in this world. What other tricks? Was this the only thing you had for this? Was this just about cattle? Love and hate? Did you give anything else? Cattle for the slaughter. This is how they put the cattle in these chutes and then they can't see what's ahead of them. It's a trick they do. It's pretty smart actually. You got to keep the cattle. You don't want the cattle getting all rustled up. You don't want a rabble rouser telling don't want rabble. Hey, your cattle. Don't let the rabble rousers. You don't want the cattle knowing they're cattle. Hey, cattle, your cattle. Was there any other joke in here? I don't know. I thought there was something else. Damn it. I thought I had something else. I don't remember. I got distracted because of 7. Because he's like, 7 is about John Doe. Are you doing like a fake conspiracy board joke? Kind of. John Doe. And then 7 sins. And then there's, I don't, that's not even connected to this. Yeah, I gotta say, Cash Patel is fucking, he got subcontracted, he just got subcontracted out from India. If I'm not on an FBI watch list, someone's doing their job wrong. Which is 7, right? Yeah. Because you shouldn't be like, I like the movie 7. 7's a pretty disgusting movie. I wanna fuck you like an animal. There's something about fucking and animals too. I was gonna sing the song, by, what's that band called? You and Me Baby Ain't Nothing But Animals. You and Me Ain't Bloodhound Gang. It's called the Bloodhound Gang. Because, I never really watched the Discovery Channel, but, I know there's that song, You and Me Baby Ain't Nothing But Mammals, so let's do it like they do in the Discovery Channel. But statistically, actually, the Discovery Channel, when I flipped by it, there was always like an alligator eating a zebra. It'd be like, the zebra would be like, I'm going to drink some water. And then the alligator would go, oh. So, but, and that could be, You and Me Baby Ain't Nothing But Mammals. Bloodhound Gang. Which technically is about, fucking and killing are basically the same thing. That's actually, the right wing actually lives there right now because they were talking about like Islamic, they would fuck as a version of fighting, which is, you can go into this is population control. Oh my god, this is just so, I'm just I'm going to shotgun some of your fucking random ideas out here. If you want to see sanity in here, you can see sanity, and you can also see insanity in here, because there's no such thing as either of them. So what is this? Population control. Well, that was, the right wing believes that the Muslims fuck like animals as a version of warfare. It's like fucking as warfare. Fucking as warfare. Probably true. Also, there was, Baader Meinhof. Baader said that, I believe. Baader said, fucking and shooting are the same thing. Fucking and shooting are the same thing. And shooting are same thing. Same thing. I think that's Andres Baader. Who else? I'm just trying to figure something out. What was it? And then, and then it's about, because I was redoing the Bloodhound Gang, because the Bloodhound Gang is just a juvenile song about, they were talking about fucking, I think, right? Wasn't that what the Bloodhound Gang was about? They were just being like, hey, you and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Getting horny now. But they weren't talking about, like, Andres Baader, I don't think. Huh. Just kind of a thought. I thought it was kind of a cool thought train. I don't know if it was I don't know if it's coherent. It's probably not. But, it's cool. I'll tell you, in the old days, the alligators had to set traps on the river. Nowadays, they just do the chutes with the cows in them. It's a lot smarter. It's a lot easier. Are there any animals that purposely domesticate other animals besides humans? That's an interesting question. Are there other animals that domesticate their own populations? Ooh, even better. Is that the end of the joke, bud? You shouldn't quote Andres Baader. Mm-hmm. Was it Baader? Fucking and shooting are the same thing. I think that was his quote. That was a good quote. I like that quote. That's funny. Is that a right wing or a left wing quote? Ooh, I don't know. That could be a right wing quote too. Uh-huh. Any other jokes? Ah. Mmm. Hmm. Cattle. You want to put cattle in there? Cattle. Put cattle in there. You can put sheep. You can put sheep. Lambs. Probably put lambs right here. Whatever. Just a sort of. Hmm. Just make sure I don't, I guess there's that full picture there. Let's see. Yeah. I think there was a coherent. There's something coherent in there. I don't know if it's entirely coherent. There's something about that doesn't fit in here really well. What is this about? Transnationalism, multiculturalism, You could do that for later. I could write it down and then do it later. Multiculturalism. You want to write that down for later? It was like a joke about multiculturalism. Ugh. Any more jokes? Come on, give me a joke. Bloodhound Gang, You and Me Baby and Nothing But Mammals. 7. John Doe, his name was John Doe. Cuts his fingertips off. You have to admire the dedication of someone who cuts their own fingertips off. That's crazy. There's a Nine Inch Nails song in there somewhere. How does that song go? I wanna fuck you like an animal. I don't know what that song's about actually, but I know it's in that movie. So, huh? Anything else? That was fun. That was a fun little thought experiment. These boards, man. I'll tell you, man. Once you learn that, did you know you don't? They should make it a rule that you have to have like some sort of license to use one of these boards or something. It makes people seem saner than they actually are. I guess that's the end of this one.